Welcome to the Super Over at the end of day 2 of the second Test match. Feels like we've had 4 days worth of entertainment, at least in these first 2 days. Let's rattle through them, Harmy. We cannot start with anything other than Gus Atkinson's hat-trick. And I was sitting watching going, go full and straight, Gus, go full and straight, go full and straight. And he did, and he got his man.
Yeah, I was the same. I was like, if you get the ball anywhere near the stumps, you will get Tim Southey out. I mean, he's either going to nick it, probably not going to nick it, miss it, likely bowled, or if he's waiting for that short ball, which you set him up for, he's going to be in front of all three, and he was. Gus Atkinson knew it. Stuart Broad style celebration, running off. Good on him. He did smile for the first time, I think, since he's been in New Zealand. When he spoke to us after, he said he hasn't bowled as well as he would like on this trip. I mean, the standards he set himself from the summer to where it is now, I mean, they're pretty high standards. I agree with him. I don't think he's been as in sync as what he has in the summer, but I think a hat-trick will do him the world of good.
10th player to have a hat-trick and a century in Test cricket. 2 other names you might have heard of. One just mentioned, Stuart Broad, and Moeen Ali. The first to do it was Johnny Briggs over 100 years ago. But what an achievement. He's not a lot he hasn't done. The Brydon Carse has become our Yorker for the Super Over. Yep. We've got to have at least one.
Yeah.
So we've got him again. Another 4 wickets. He's made an Atkinson-like start to his Test career.
He has, yeah. I'm just waiting on that. I don't think he's going to get 100 with a bat from number 10. If he does, that's going to be even more exciting than the player we've just had. Now he's just enhancing his credentials, and it's brilliant from a selector's point of view. You've got Archer, you've got Wood injured, you've got Ashes in India coming up. Brydon Carse, I mean, he's just put himself. I think before we came out here, he was penciled into Australia. I think he's now inked into the 11. I think that's how much he will be needed across in Australia. Atkinson, Carse, I mean, they've done really, really well together. Wokes has held them together, and it was good to see the captain Stokes bowling like we expected him to bowl. More overs than he would normally bowl because everybody questioned his fitness again.
Okay, Harry Brook made 55, but he doesn't make our Super Over today, controversially, because there's 2 other batsmen that I want to talk about first, Jacob Bethell and Ben Duckett. Ben Duckett looked disappointed. I mean, he's been out in the 80s and 90s before, and he's walked off as if he's made 150 or 15, you wouldn't know. But he looked absolutely crestfallen today because he batted beautifully, and he looked like he actually wanted that 100 today.
Yeah, there's a couple of things in that. I think wanting the 100, yes, self-explanatory, they all want the 100. I think the crestfallen bit was from, that's a ball I score 4s off. I think that was the biggest thing. I think Ben, he's an honest lad. I love watching Ben. You said how much you enjoy watching Ben Duckett bat. I think the disappointment thing for Ben was when he looks back at that and go, I normally hit that one for 4. I really do. And I've chopped it onto the stump. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. I thought the 2 of them batted brilliantly together.
And Jacob Bethell's 96. So Ben Duckett 92, Jacob Bethell's 96, 21 years old in his second Test match, 15 odd out, winning runs in the first Test, and you would have thought, you and I spoke about it on air, on commentary, you would have thought into the 90s, 21 years old, second Test match, just make sure you can have some fun after that, Jacob, but he didn't. He tried to smash Tim Southey for 4.
Yeah, I just wonder how much the blow on the arm when he got to 90 off, I think it was either O'Rourke or Smith, just got one to bounce and it hit him on the arm. And I just wonder, when a batter gets hit, the start beans are going and the ball, hands get quicker through towards the ball. He hit a 4 off Tim Southey and you're just going, and the ball was there for him. Another one, he'll be sitting there thinking that ball was there to hit. His eyes lit up, and he didn't quite, for the first time in the innings, he didn't quite get to the pitch of the ball, and he's nicked it. An excellent innings. A brilliant 100, a brilliant 96. He will score hundreds, and I think he will score multiple hundreds in Test match cricket because I think that boy is here to stay.
Okay, 5th ball of the Super Over, Joe Root. He's the designated driver again, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
He's tried to keep pace with the young party goers, but he's decided to stick to the low alcohol beer and drive everyone to safety.
Yes, he is. It is. I mean, he's not quite on Guinness 0 or Heineken 0-0, but he is compared to what the rest of them, the way they go. Another innings where I thought for the first 25 runs, 30 runs, I thought he was a bit sketchy. I didn't think he was the fluid Joe Root, and we'll talk about the fluid Joe Root. We're setting a big high bar again. But I think from the minute he got 30 through to where he is now, 73 not out, it wouldn't put it past you that he goes on and gets his 36 Test match 100. That's that. 36 Test match 100. He's a phenomenon, and one we've spoke about him a huge amount, and one that I think this England team. He is so important to this England team, because you talk about the way everybody else bats. The one thing is guaranteed. Two things are guaranteed. One, you're going to have fun watching this England team. And two, Joe Root is always going to score runs.
Okay, final ball of the Super Over today is the declaration. It's a bit like that question, like, what time of day do you open your Christmas presents? So when does Ben say? Yeah. You thought it was coming today. I could not get my head around that. A declaration at the end of day 2. But so when's it coming? Why didn't it come today?
I thought it would come today. I'm actually quite disappointed it didn't come today. Not for the fact that I want the game to finish early and I want a game of golf. I actually just thought England would get to 500 today. And I think 500 was important. That where they are now, 533, you look at Joe Root and he's going on to going to get potentially another, to get, 27 runs to get to the 100. You add that to the total, and if Ben Stokes, goes Caribbean Calypso style, the way he just needs to slow down a bit, but if he goes that way and he connects a few times, by the time Joe Root gets to 100, if he gets to 100, England could be 620 in front, 620 in front. So which, like I said to you, I posed the question on air, which one's taking the game to not a disrespect level, but a level where you think that this is just not fair. Declaration on day 2 to win the game, or when you're going, you need 650, you need over 600 to win the game, because people will be going, oh, you've got far too much now. How many times have you heard commentators sit there and go, they've got far too much now, just declare. And we're into the realms of 600 here. I know batting records have been broken in the course of the last 5 to 10 years, but I think, look, I thought they would have declared tonight. I thought Ben Stokes, if he got to 500, I thought New Zealand bowled well in that middle session, towards the end of that middle session, stopped the boundaries, and if England were 500 in front, that would have given Ben justification to declare with 45 minutes to go. England got to 500 in front about 6:05, and I think the time was just missed then to declare.
It's another capacity crowd coming in on day 3. They'll be grateful for a reasonably full day's cricket, even if it is one-sided. But that is not Ben Stokes or England's concern. Their concern is simply to get both hands on the Crowthorpe Trophy. We'll be back with the Super Over again tomorrow.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.